big dreams, ambitious goals, the burning desire to achieve something great. You start strong, full of energy and a perfect plan. Then, nothing. Life gets in the way, motivation fades, and you're left feeling stuck. This frustrating cycle ends today. We're talking about the key to unlocking your potential, self-discipline. But here's the thing. Self-discipline often gets a bad rap. People think it's all about restriction and misery. That's not what we're talking about today. In this video, we're not just going to talk about self-discipline in some abstract way. We're going to give you the blueprint to build it, to make it unbreakable, so you can finally break free from that cycle and achieve the success you truly deserve. Let's dive in. So, what is self-discipline really? It's not about being a robot or depriving yourself of everything fun. It's about consciously choosing what you truly want in the long term, even when it's difficult or inconvenient in the short term. Think of it as aligning your actions with your values and your biggest goals. It's about saying yes to the things that matter and no to the things that don't serve you. And before we go any further, let's bust some common myths about self-discipline. Myth number 1, it's all about willpower. Wrong. Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired. Relying on willpower alone is a recipe for burnout. We'll show you how to build systems that don't depend on you constantly flexing that willpower muscle. Myth number 2, it's about being perfect. Absolutely not. Self-discipline is about progress, not perfection. It's about getting back on track after you inevitably slip up, because we all do. Myth number 3, it's about being rigid and inflexible. Nope. True self-discipline actually allows for flexibility and adaptation. It's about making conscious choices, not blindly following a set of rigid rules. Think about it. Self-discipline impacts every area of your life, your health, your career, your relationships, your finances. It all comes down to making consistent choices that move you closer to where you want to be. It truly is the foundation of success. Okay, so you're ready to build some serious self-discipline. Awesome. But before you can even start building, you need a strong foundation. You need to know why you're doing this. What's the driving force behind your desire for more self-discipline? Without a clear why, it's incredibly easy to lose motivation when things get tough. And trust me, they will get tough sometimes. Your why is your fuel, your inner compass, the thing that keeps you going when you feel like giving up. So, how do you find your why? Here are a few powerful questions to ask yourself. Grab a pen and paper or open up a notes app and really think about these. What truly matters to you? Deep down, what are your core values? What kind of life do you want to live? Not what should you want, but what do you actually desire? What legacy do you want to leave behind? What impact do you want to have on the world? Another powerful technique is to visualize your ideal future. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself having already achieved your goals. How does it feel? What does it look like? Who are you with? Really tap into that emotion, that feeling of accomplishment and fulfillment. And finally, write it down. Get your why out of your head and onto paper or your phone or your computer. Make it concrete. You can even create a vision board, a collage of images and words that represent your goals and your why. The key is to make it real and keep it visible. All right, you've got your why. That's fantastic. Now let's talk about goals. Vague goals lead to vague results. If you want to build self-discipline, you need crystal clear goals, and that's where the SMART framework comes in. SMART stands for specific. Don't just say, I want to get in shape. That's too broad. Instead, aim for something like, I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months by exercising 3 times a week and following a specific meal plan. See the difference? Measurable. How will you know if you're making progress? You need to be able to track it. Use numbers, dates, specific milestones, anything that allows you to objectively measure your success. Achievable. This is crucial. Set goals that are challenging, yes, but also realistic. Don't set yourself up for failure by aiming for something completely unattainable. Relevant. Make sure your goals actually align with your overall why and your core values. If your goal doesn't connect to your bigger purpose, you're much less likely to stick with it. Time-bound. Set deadlines. This creates a sense of urgency and accountability. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. And one more important tip. Break down those big, scary goals into smaller, manageable steps. It's much less daunting to focus on taking one small action each day than to try to tackle a huge project all at once. This is where we really start to build that unbreakable self-discipline. Remember, we're not relying on willpower alone. We're building habits. Self-discipline isn't about constantly fighting against your urges. It's about creating habits that support your goals so you don't have to constantly exert willpower. The key to building habits is understanding the habit loop. It works like this. Cue. This is the trigger. The thing that initiates the behavior. It could be a time of day, a location, a feeling, or another action. Routine. This is the behavior itself, the thing you actually do. Reward. This is the positive reinforcement that strengthens the habit. It's what makes your brain say, hey, that felt good. Let's do that again. So how do you use this to your advantage? Here are some actionable steps. Identify your target habits. What specific habits will help you achieve those SMART goals you just set? Be specific. Start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Focus on building one habit at a time. Master that one, then move on to the next. Make it obvious. The cue. Make it as easy as possible to trigger the habit. If you want to run in the morning, put your running shoes right by the door. If you want to read more, leave your book on your pillow. Make it attractive. The reward. Pair a new habit with something you already enjoy. For example, you could listen to your favorite podcast only while you're working out. Make it easy. Reduce friction. If you want to eat healthier, prepare your meals in advance. If you want to work out consistently, lay out your workout clothes the night before. Make it satisfying. Track your progress. There's something incredibly motivating about seeing those check marks on a habit tracker. Celebrate your small wins. You deserve it. And finally, let's talk about habit stacking. This is a powerful technique where you attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, after I brush my teeth in the morning, I will meditate for 5 minutes. You're using an established habit as the cue for a new one. Now, let's be real for a moment. You will slip up. You will have days where you just don't feel like it. You'll miss a workout. You'll eat that extra slice of pizza. You'll procrastinate on that project. That's normal. It's part of being human. The key is not to beat yourself up about it. Self-compassion is crucial for building lasting self-discipline. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend who was struggling. Instead of seeing failure as a sign of weakness, reframe it as feedback. Every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What triggered me to slip up? What can I do differently next time? This is where a growth mindset comes in. Believe that your abilities, including your self-discipline, can be developed through dedication and hard work. It's not about being perfect. It's about learning and improving over time. And the most important thing? Get back on track immediately. Don't let one missed day turn into a week, a month, or a year. The sooner you get back on track, the easier it will be to maintain your momentum. Use the 2-day rule. Promise to yourself that you will never skip your routine 2 days in a row. The last but very important thing, your surrounding effect your discipline. The people around you, the things that surround you. It is much easier to have a better discipline when you have a friend who supports you and helps you along the way. Another important point to know is social media. It can be very useful, but at the same time, it can be harmful. Use social media carefully. It can be a great tool to learn, but also a source of a lot of distraction and negativity. So, there you have it. A 5-step blueprint for building unbreakable self-discipline. Remember, building unbreakable self-discipline is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, effort, and consistency. There will be ups and downs, but the rewards are immeasurable. Self-discipline is the key that unlocks your potential and allows you to create the life you truly want. So, what are you waiting for? Start today. Choose one small step you can take right now to start building your self-discipline.